head dog trainer based in North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, you will learn about dog training and behavioral modification without the use of treats, tools, aversive tools like shock collars, prong collars, protection collars, force, domination, or even being alpha. After having a beagle who was not food motivated, I discovered that dogs in general are not food motivated. They love food. They eat to live and not live to eat. Recent studies and scientific researchers have proven that dogs are not responding to the treats, but to the hand that provides the treats. That is a major discovery. That is why on this channel, you are going to learn how to train and modify your dog's behavior using play and praise reward system. This is the most effective and the healthiest method of training dogs. If you want to improve your dog's mental and physical health and well-being, plus health and everything else, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell icon as well so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. Until next video, have fun with your dog.
Hello dog lovers, my name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. Welcome to another live show. I hope you enjoyed the intro. It's something different. So before we get started, let me just give you some updates and tell you what's going on and how we're going to do this. And I'm also going to answer weekly submitted question that I'm going to talk about. And also, if there are any questions of yours, I will answer them live. So welcome to the show. Let me just get this going. I forgot to do this. All right, that should go. All right, okay. So we're live now, and welcome to live show. If you are new here, as you could hear and see in this channel, we focus on training dogs without the use of treats, food, aversive tools like shock collars, prong collars, choke chain collars, force or domination, or being alpha. Now, why don't we want to use those? Because they're not healthy. They're not only healthy to the dog physically, emotionally they're not healthy. Uh, Emotionally, they don't make you and your dog to get better at their behavior. You probably will get results, but not it's not a long-lasting result. It's not a healthy result that you're going to get. You're not going to get results that I get with my dogs without the use of treats. The results and the relationship that I have with my dogs is completely different than the relationship that I see with many dogs and dog owners. And that is one of the things that I focus on this channel, and I educate you and teach you and show you and inform you how to get real, honest, clean, healthy, and long-lasting relationship and training with your dog using play and praise reward system. Play and praise reward system, they seem to be simple things that people think that it is, but they are very effective. In a way, they are more than just play and praise. Play and praise are just the titles or just the names of the system. There's so much happening when you use play and praise. It goes so much deeper when we talk about play and praise. And I have got a tremendous amount of results training my own dogs and dogs in general. Thousands of dogs I've trained, and we've got great results. And this is the goal of this channel, and the mission of this channel is to share this information for you, with you, so you can benefit from these results that I get. And there are so many exciting things happening on this channel. So for the past few months, due to what is happening around the world, what's going on, I decided to go live every week so I could help you more. And in a way, I would say yes, things have gone back to a little bit normal, at least in this part of the world, in British Columbia, Canada. Not much the other parts of Canada, but at least in British Columbia, we did a great job of getting rid of the thing that was happening. I don't want to name it, because apparently if I say the name of it, the YouTube gods, they delete and treat it differently. So the thing that happened in Vancouver, British Columbia, we've been able to control it and manage it, and we don't have much of it going on, and we're kind of going back to normal. So in a way, it's a good thing. And the bad thing, pros and cons of it, is the cons of it is that I am getting busier than normal, and I am not able to go live on weekly basis now. And unfortunately, I'm going to go back to monthly basis. So I'm going to be live every month. So if you have questions today, make sure to ask your questions today, because till next time would be a month that you can ask me a question. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me on my comments area of any of my videos. I read them all and I reply them all. If there are questions that are really deep and I have to talk a little bit more about it and explain a little bit more, I leave that question for the first question of the live show that I talk about it and I answer it, which I have one. I'm going to talk about it and answer it, plus the questions that you're asking. So just FYI, the next live show will be announced in a few weeks. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well. And make sure that you're clicking on the bell icon, all notifications, so you will be notified every time I go live, or I'm about to go live, or if I post a new video. I hope you liked my last video. It was an artistic form of me expressing my emotions and my feelings about, in general, dogs and how I feel about having dogs. I hope you watched it and you enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch the last video. And I think that's about it. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to go back to monthly live session. The question that I have received is that somebody, Mobile Shiro, is asking, "Hi, Saro, but what to do if my puppy is biting while playing? I spend almost 40 minutes with him after each of his meals. Even while playing, he gets distracted easily and bites my fingers on legs. And when try to stop him by saying a no to him, he tries to bite my hands again. I've been told by the vet not to take him outside because of vaccinations are not done yet. And for the vaccination to complete, it would take another 9 more weeks. How am I supposed to address this? Kindly suggestions." So one of the things that I want you to learn and understand is what the vets say to you is a little bit exaggerated than what really happens. So one thing, I don't want to say that your vet is a bad person, your vet clinic is a bad place, or they're evil or anything. But one thing I want you to understand and learn is that the vet is not everything. You shouldn't 100% trust your vet. you have to have some education, some understanding of owning a dog. So this is why this channel is important for you to have handy and go through all my content and learn about dogs. So you're not just believing everything the vet says, believe everything the neighbor says. You can make educated decisions. You can make educated choices. And my goal on this channel is to give you the real facts, not something that everybody says it, not something that you may get it in a way that it's not real fact. It's just something that people do and say, and because I've heard neighbors, dog neighbors friend this does that, that's why I'm telling you. No, these are the content that I provide you is the latest information in dog related world, is based on science. Not that science really does anything about dogs. They don't really do any scientific research about dogs. There's not much happening, but whatever is done about dogs, whatever education or study has been done about dogs, I get those information and I share it with you. So one of the things is that your vet is not everything. Don't just trust your vet 100%. They're there to run a business. They're running a business first and foremost. Second of all, they need you to come back so they can make money out of your dog. If you have a healthy dog, they won't have clients. They won't have business. So their goal is not to give you 100% answers and solutions, because they need you to come back over and over again. Plus, they're not 100% educated as well. Not all the vets are educated equally. Not all the vets are they don't care as much as some vets do, right? Most and foremost, First and foremost, they care about money, making profits. And if your dog is sick and is not feeling good, they make money. If your dog is healthy and nothing bad goes with your dog, what bad happens to your dog, they don't make money. So they want you that, and also they want your dog to not be 100% well. So they want you to do this, they want you not to do that, give you something to make you happy, so you're going to go back, right? They just give you some information, a little bit of information, a little bit of a tease, so you will go back to them. So don't trust them 100%. Not saying trust me 100% either, but do your diligence and do your homework, and learn about dogs and understand what is going on with dogs, with your dog, especially your own dog. But in general, learn about dogs, understand what's going on, and then make those decisions. So if your vet is saying, 9 more weeks until your puppy can go out, that's exaggeration. That's just too much. Most puppies, when they are born, they have already autoimmune system in their body transmitted and transferred by their mom through the milk and the nutrient that mom is providing for the puppy. So they have natural immunity already. They are born with those. It's just that this immunity lasts for a short time. And then what needs to happen is your puppy has to get proper nutrition from the food that you're providing for your puppy. And your puppy is going to get immunity and nutrients from the food that is getting, and is going to produce immunity. But because we live in a human society, there are all kinds of things going on. So your puppy yes, needs to be vaccinated, but that's about it. You can start vaccinating it in the beginning just once for the life of the dog. Most of the time, most of the vaccination lasts the life of the dog. And even though your puppy is not vaccinated, it is still safe to take your puppy outside, outdoors, as long as you take the right steps, precautionary steps, and clean up your puppy's paws, for instance, clean up your puppies around their mouth and muzzle. You do those stuff, your puppy should be okay, should be safe. And vaccinations, happens most of the, at least in this part of the world, we vaccinate every month. For the first 3 months of the puppy gets vaccination, and that's about it. And now most vets, again, because they're not educated, they haven't followed the latest science information. What they suggest you to do is to take your puppy every year to revaccinate and give them annual boost or things like that. Where we know now that puppies and dogs in general, they don't need this annual um, repeat of vaccination. The only thing that you need to do is to take blood test. It's called titer test, titer, Titer test, which is a blood test, and that blood test kind of shows where your dog's or your puppy's immunity level is. And if any of the parts are weak, then the vet can suggest you to vaccinate certain um, immunity, some certain parts. So, not that I'm a vet, but I'm educated. This is what I'm saying. It's not that I am a vet, I know this stuff, I've studied this stuff. No, I have been educated. I have talked to vets. I have worked with vets. I have gone and read this and understand latest information, not the outdated versions of it. And I've learned what we're supposed to do, what is healthy, what is normal now. Do we need to do this? Do we not? Do we not need to? Do we need to worry about taking our puppies outside? All these things I've learned, and I'm sharing this information with you. So don't worry. Take your puppy outside, even during the vaccination or even before the vaccination. Don't worry, there's not going to be any danger or harm to your puppy. And if you're taking your puppy outside now, the other part of it is that because this person has a puppy who is biting and chewing and nipping her and him and the whole family, my suggestion is, because puppies get bored, they do this behavior. So my solution is to take the puppy out for a walk. So if you take your puppy out for a walk, the puppy is going to get stimulated, is not going to focus on biting. If they get stressed and anxious, if they are not stimulated properly, so they start biting and things like that. So what you want to do, you want to provide walking, taking it out for a walk, taking it for socialization. And if your vet is saying, no, don't take your puppy because, he hasn't had the shots yet, in 9 more weeks, 10 more weeks, 1 more year, don't listen to that vet. If your vet is only there to profit, find out if your vet is only there to profit from you. My vet, I'll give you an example. My own vet hopes not to see me. I don't see my vet at all because she provides the best service for me, what exactly I need once, provides it, and says, you know what, I hope to see you next year, not every few months. The next year that I see my vet is only for a checkup to make sure that my dog and my puppy is in good shape, health wise. She checks it and she says, everything is good. Continue on doing what you're doing. And therefore, I don't have to visit my vet. My vet, every time if I call my vet, once in a while I call my vet because I see something, right? Oh, why are you calling me? She's not happy to hear from me. Right? Your vet shouldn't be excited to hear from you. That's important to remember and understand. Your vet should be saying, what did I do that I didn't provide you good service that you're calling me back every few months? They should give you the best solution so you don't have to visit the vet often. So that's my talk of the day, and I'm going to start answering your questions. And if you feel like you want to support the channel, feel free to use the super chat option and support the channel. Super chat option is in the comments area, on the bottom of comments area, where the chat area. It's an icon, looks like, you know what? I haven't, it looks like a dollar sign, right? So click on it, support the channel. That would be great. All right, let's get started on questions. Question number one, Kinley. I'm struggling with getting my dog to stop biting me when playing. What are your tips? There we go. Here we go. I was just talking about it. So if your puppy is biting when it's playing, there's a reason. One is because your puppy is treating you as another dog, not a puppy. So if you watch puppies playing together, they are always mouthing each other. They're always biting each other. That's normal. That's natural. That's how puppies should play. The mouthing is very natural. It's very normal for puppies to do that. So we want to see that. We want to see puppies playing together. Now, if your puppy is biting you, what does it mean? It means it treats seeing you as another puppy. They don't know it. They don't know any better. They think you want to play with them. So what they do, they bite you. They do the same thing that they would do to another puppy or another dog. So you can either go along and play the same game, or you can provide chew toys, bring the chew toy or chew ropes and things like that, and let the puppy bite those toys or those chew toys. Or better yet, provide other puppies to play with. Take your puppy to the park. Don't worry about the shots. Don't worry about the vaccination. I just talked about it. I just explained. Take your puppy to the parks, to different playmates, find neighbors, dogs, good dogs. You can allow them to play with adult dogs as well. Good adult dogs. Can let them play, can let them practice that mouthing to get to each other. Um, Make sure that you're taking it for a walk, you're providing stimulation. And also remember, this is my formula. Provide your puppies or your dog's daily 5 essential needs. As long as you provide these daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection, and in that order, your puppy is going to have less opportunity to get stressed and bite you. Biting, if it becomes to that level that they're aggressively biting, that means they're stressed. And why are they stressed? Because you're not providing their daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. So that's my tip. Somebody's asking me, can you play the guitar in the background? Bu is asking. Not yet. I'm practicing. It's there just for show at the moment. I'm practicing. I'm trying to learn. That's one of my goals, at least not this year, but at least to go for the rest of my life, is to learn how to play guitar, because I love guitar songs and guitar songs. But that's a sign that I'm committed to learn and motivated to learn something new. Uh, I don't understand what that is. Marlene Gonzalez, how can I help my dog stop barking and growling at people? If a dog is growling and then barking at people, it's a sign that it's getting stimulated and is getting stressed and is getting too overwhelmed with people. Now, why would a dog get stressed from people? There are several reasons. One of them is lack of proper socialization. I'm dealing with it actually now with my puppy Annie. Annie is this here. This is Annie. Unfortunately this year we have gone through something unusual. Uh, we call them, I think I can say, pandemic puppies. I said it. What happens is for the past few months, we were all social distancing. So my puppy, for instance, I didn't. What I usually used to do with my dogs and puppies is I have a doggy daycare, and I would let my dogs and my puppies go and greet people, my clients, socialize, get involved with people outside everywhere, and all that. But this year, because of this social distancing, I didn't get to socialize my puppy with people. So what happened is now she's also nervous about strangers, and especially if stranger comes because they see this cutie and they come forward to pet her and stuff, and she gets start growling and barking. So I'm dealing with that too. I'm gonna make videos about it, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more how to stop that. That's the result of lack of proper socialization, right? So your dog probably lacks, I don't know how old your dog is, but probably lacked proper socialization when was younger. So the more you let the dog to live like that and to practice that behavior and mental state of mind, the worse it gets. So it starts with uh, avoiding people, and then continues with growling, and then continues with barking, and next would be biting them, and God knows what else is going to happen. It's going to get worse and worse. So understanding the fact that your dog is stressed of people is step one. Step two is how do we distress or socialize our dog or our puppies? So I stick with training. I'm working on my puppy still, and I'm starting a new training program with my own puppy as well, which we did puppy training until now. Now we're moving to uh, uh, basic obedience. So we're talking about basic. Now we're going to start training basic obedience, formal basic obedience training. So that is going to be our next step, and I'm going to use this basic obedience formal training to teach my puppy to say, what do I do? So he's going to start asking me questions instead of reacting. He's going to start asking me questions. He's going to start looking at me and asking me questions. What do I do when I am stressed about this person? What do I do? So that's my goal. I want my dog, my puppy, to start taking cues from me, asking me questions. So I can answer to my dog, sit and stay so this person can greet you. And as I said, I'm going to show you, I'm going to make videos about it, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. Um, but I also have a video that I've done. I'm going to get the link, and I'm going to share it in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that video as well. Uh, I'm going to call it reactive dogs. Okay. And I'm going to share the link to that video in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that. Get a little bit more information about what to do and how to deal with this unfortunate behavior. Sherry, I think you have a question. I don't really get it. I can't put it together. It has a bad temper. I think you mean the same thing. It has, it's growling and stuff. So yeah, just go ahead and watch that video. It will make sense. Judy, so glad to hear things are getting better there. We visited Vancouver once. It is such a beautiful place. Yes, it is a beautiful place, and yes, it is kind of coming back to normal. It's very good to hear that, yeah, and also feel that. Um, it's so unfortunate to see other parts of the world, they're still struggling even worse than it was. But yeah, in this part of the world, we are fortunate to be. We were, I think, British Columbians. They were very. Um, I feel honored to be living in this city and very lucky to be living among these kind of people who care, and they took time. There was a time, at least for a month or so, everything was dead. Streets were empty, and nobody was there, and nobody was anywhere. It was amazing. I mean, scary in a way, but amazing that people were staying home. They were really following the recommendations of our Bonnie Henry, Dr. Bonnie Henry. I'm sure you know Dr. Bonnie Henry. Catherine is asking, why won't my 5.5-month-old beagle relax in the house? He prowls and paces, trying to open open everything. It's a busy puppy, huh? It's a busy big old puppy. Very good question. I wonder why your puppy is like that. Is it because you're not providing your big old puppy its daily 5 essential needs? I bet you don't. So this is the formula. Again, I want you to understand this, and let me see if I can make it a little bit clearer. No, that's better. This is better. Which one was it? This one, yeah. You need to provide your beagle's daily 5 essential needs as well. If you don't, even though it's a 5.5 months old puppy, I bet, I guarantee you, what you are focused on to provide for your beagle is affection and care. Am I wrong or am I right? I bet you're focused on providing affection and care because it's a 5.5 months old beagle puppy, cutest thing in the world, and you lost it. You're out of control. You lost control, and your beagle is in control. Your beagle puppy, who's 5.5 months old, is in control. Is telling you how to live, how to do things. You are not. The roles have reversed. So you have to be in control. The way you're going to be in control, the way you're going to reverse the roles is starting now, starting today, maybe tomorrow. uh, Start focusing on providing your beagle's puppies daily 5 essential needs. First thing in the morning, you're gonna get up your beagle puppy. I don't know, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Wake it up, take it for a half an hour walk. Do a little bit of training during the walk. Come home, do a 15 minutes training. During the walk, you're socializing your beagle. You're coming home, you're socializing your dog with vacuum cleaner and things like that, fan and this and that. And then you're going to start providing care for your beagle, which is breakfast and brushing and things like that. And then If you have provided your beagle its daily five essential needs, which are four essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, and then care, then you deserve to share affection with your beagle. And if you have done those four, then your beagle deserves to be shared affection. Both you and your beagle, if you do all those parts, then you deserve to share affection for each other. The reason you need to focus on mainly on exercise, training, socialization is because those will help your beagle to mentally, emotionally, physically relax and calm down and enjoy life. A beagle who's pacing around and is prowling around is because mentally, physically, and emotionally is not satisfied. And if you don't provide satisfaction to your dog or your beagle, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection on daily basis and in that order, and maybe 3, 4, 5 times a day, this program repeats, this formula repeats. If you don't do it, that's what you're going to get. Reverse the power, and you become the person who is in control, who has decided to bring a beagle to their home and provide the best. You need to provide the best. Providing the best for a beagle or a dog is not just by providing the best food, good food, and a bed and nice fancy-mancy collar or a leash. Those are for you. Those satisfy you. They don't satisfy your dog. They don't satisfy your beagle. You can't buy love by spending money, fancy stuff, bling bling on your beagle. Those make you happy. Doesn't make any difference in your beagle. All your beagle cares about or thinks about is, am I going to get my daily exercise and training? Yes, your beagle is looking for training. My beagle is always looking for training. Why? Because I make it fun. I make fun training sessions. And my beagle, Annie, she's looking forward to always get trained because I don't train it old-fashioned way of using treats and food and force and choke chain collars and domination. I use play and praise reward system to train my beagle, and my beagle says, I'm looking forward to be trained. Please train me. I want to be trained. So every day, morning and evening, she comes and begs me to train her. So I provide exercise, provide training, provide socialization. Now that we are relaxed a little bit more, I'm taking her out more and exposing her to more people and more situations and conditions. So she gets a little bit more socialization. She's scared of uh, skateboards. So I'm taking her to skateboard parks, and we stand there and we play there and train there. And then I share care and I also share affection. If you provide all these, you're not only going to have a beagle who's not going to be pacing around and driving itself crazy, you're going to have the best beagle in the world. And you're on the right channel. You're in the right place. Watch my videos. Everything that I share in this channel is to make you to become empowered and educated, to become an educated dog lover. Let's go to next question. Bu is say, ever had cheesy spray with grits? I don't know what that has to do with dogs. I need somebody to read the questions before we put them in. We sometimes think about getting a second dog. What steps should we take to introduce our new dog to the dog we have? Judy is asking, what steps do we take to bring a second dog? Good question. Scooby-Doo. All right. in order to have another dog or other dogs, I suggest to have one good dog, make the effort to make a very good dog at the moment, to have the best dog in the world, and then bring another dog. Because most people, this is what they would do. They have one bad dog and they say, you know what, this bad dog needs another bad dog. So let's get another bad dog and make our bad dogs group bigger. And two dogs, they're bad again. Oh, we need more bad dogs. So they keep adding more bad dogs. And that cycle never ends. It keeps going. So, so have one good dog. When you accomplish that, then bring another dog so you can focus on making that dog a good dog and maybe even better dog than you have one. Because if you have a good dog, you can use this good dog to help the other dog to get better. It won't stress your old dog and new dog as well. If you have a good dog, your good dog is good. You don't have to worry about it. You can put 95% focus on your new dog, second dog. But if you're thinking, because I have a bad dog now, is bad, and I've heard that people say in order to deal with this bad dog, is good to have a second dog or third dog. That's an old-fashioned way of thinking and old way of suggestion. And I've seen it, what happens when people do that. They keep adding more bad dogs to their family, they get more frustrated, and then they just deal with the dogs. Forget it, I'm give up. They give up and dogs suffer. So that's my answer. Focus on producing a one good dog. And if you see that you're having a hard time making one good dog, having a one good dog, don't get a second dog until you have accomplished one dog first. Hope that makes sense. All right, next question. Marlene, my dog is mixed shepherd and she's about 16 months. How can I do to train her not to bark and growl at people? And how can I introduce other dogs in a safe manner? So I talked about, growling and all that, and how to introduce other dogs in a safe manner. I wouldn't introduce another dog in a safe manner until I have accomplished the first step, which is working on the dog to completely focus on me and listen to me. And when I have that, then I'll introduce other dogs, other distractions. The reason for that is because if you have a dog who's reactive to other dogs and you introduce another dog, whether it's safe or not, that dog, your dog is going to focus on that dog. Is not going to care about you. You're going to be nothing. You mean nothing. You can't help that dog. You won't be able to train or educate or change the behavior because your dog is going to be completely focused on that dog, right? So make sure that first step is you get a good control of your dog. I would say at least 90%, 80, 90%. So when you're telling your dog, hello, your dog says, yeah, I see you, but I see that dog there too. But yeah, I see you too. Yes, I pay attention to you. What do you want me to do? But there's a dog there too. That's the conversation that you want to have. Instead of when you don't have any control over your dog and you take it to park and your dog sees another dog and you're saying hello and your dog is saying, stop talking to me. Stop annoying me. Stop talking to me. I'm working here. There's not a dog there. I'm focused on that dog. Don't bother me. I don't care about you. Who the hell are you? I don't know you. Forget it. Just let me take care of you. You don't want to have that conversation. You want to have the first conversation. I hope that makes sense, right? Shireen is saying, hi, Saro. Hello. Thank you for being here. By the way, if Anybody is new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live next month. Uh, Lost Rhino 73. I got it. Some of these profile names are very challenging. This was easy. Any advice to make my mother's two dogs from fighting, if not separated by a gate? One Yorkie and one Puggle. Oh, they're causing headache, eh? So the reason that happens is because, I'll give you the truth, one of the dogs is getting more affection than the other. One of the dogs is getting more spoiled than the other. One of the dogs is not getting all of these, and the other dog may be getting few of these. That's the problem, actually. Do you understand what I'm saying? One of them is being spoiled more than the other. That's the problem. One of them is getting more than the other, and that creates conflict between those two. So you have to create balance. You have to provide same thing that you're providing for this dog for the other dog. Yorkie has to get the same thing as Puggle is getting. Maybe, I'm not sure, I'll have a wild guess, the Puggle is cuter, is getting more affection than Yorkie. I'm just guessing. Um, so that's what's happening. One is getting more than the other. So try to provide this both Yorkie and Puggle their daily 5 essential needs. Or don't, probably your mom is favoring one more than the other. That's the problem. They used to get along until a food aggression fight pursued in which the Puggles started. And there you go. There's the answer. The food aggression started because one is being spoiled more than the other, and food aggression is one of those opportunities for dogs to fight, to start this how do you call it, this challenge, to pursue a challenge or challenge the other dog, because the other dog is getting more than me. So therefore, I'm going to fight over food, and food is one of the things that dogs always think about, and that's an opportunity for me to burst and say how I feel, say what I mean, and they showed me the aggression. I feel like Prudence, the beagle, needs a buddy. What age recommendation do you have bringing another puppy into the home? Prudence is only 3 months. So I was just, a few questions before, I was just talking about this. You don't bring another dog just because you think your puppy needs a buddy. No, you should be your puppy's or your dog's best buddy. Dogs have been designed and bred by humans for humans. Dogs have not been bred for dogs. This is very important for you to learn and understand. Dogs have been bred for humans, not for dogs. So you should be the best buddy for your dog. And when you accomplish that, then you can introduce another dog to your dog. So first and foremost, accomplish the first task that you have, which is building a healthy relationship between you and your dog. Why did you get your puppy in the first place? What was the reason behind it that you got the puppy? One day you didn't have a puppy, one day you didn't have a dog, and all of a sudden you decided to go get a puppy. What was it that sparked in your mind and made you to take that action of getting a puppy? Fall in love and remember that. Why did you bring your puppy in the first place? Go back and fall in love with that pursuit and passion that you had. Focus on that. Make that a reality. Make that what you actually want it to be. Having another dog and asking another dog to become a buddy and babysit your dog is the wrong state of mind. It's wrong way of doing things. You should be responsible to be the best for your dog at this age, at this time. Am I making sense? Don't get the dog and say, okay, I'm going to get another dog to babysit this dog, to be a buddy of this dog so I don't have to worry about things. You should be worried. It's your puppy, it's your baby. Take care of this puppy. Take care of this puppy, baby, for a year or 2 or 3. Make that puppy to become the best dog in the world, and then think about adding more dogs. Next question is from Jennifer. How can I get my dog quit barking in vehicle? I finally had crate him cause he chewing seatbelt. So your dog is chewing the seatbelt and is barking, and finally you created him. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Put a dog in a crate. The reason dogs usually bark in the car and they go through these behaviors that are they're chewing and barking and walking around, pacing around in the car, is the excitement of either the destination that they're going. Probably you're taking it to the park, dog park, and maybe that's the only place that it goes. When it gets in the car, it goes to the dog park, and maybe at the dog park, there's something. Either you play fetch or the dog plays with other dogs. So the anticipations of getting to the park is getting them uh, excited and stimulated in the car, so they behave that way. So putting them in a crate, it makes them from having this much space to having this much space. So it kind of relaxes them. And also, the other thing that I learned that you can do as well is don't just put your dog in the car when they didn't have their mental and physical stimulation, exercise, training, socialization. These are mental and physical stimulations that a dog needs. Provide these. I'm not saying forever, but at least for the next month or two, try it. Provide exercise, training, socialization, and then put it in the car. See the difference. See if the levels changes. It goes from this high and goes to lower. At least try it for a few months. If that works, then that's a cue to you that you need to provide more exercise and training before going in the car or before getting in the car going to the park. Does it make sense? Next question is from Catherine. Our 5.5-month-old puppy is crate trained. He gets a bunch of nice walks a day since we are stuck at home. And he comes home from outside family time walks and doesn't just chill on the floor. He just tries to find mischief inside. I know exactly what you mean. And I've witnessed this myself is the reason that happens. There are two reasons that happens. One is because the walk wasn't stimulating enough. Mentally and physically wasn't stimulating. It didn't satisfy the dog, right? So one of the reasons for that is, especially if you have a 5.5-month-old puppy, they usually want to go and explore. right? They want to sniff everything. They want to find out everything. What is this? What is that? They want to spend time sniffing here. And most of the time, dog owners, puppy owners, they don't let the puppy to do that. They keep dragging or pulling or yanking the dog to come somewhere else, to do something else. If you let the puppy, 5.5 months old, to do whatever it wants at the park and sniff for 10 minutes, if it wants to sniff one spot for 10 minutes, let it do it. Let it sniff for 10 minutes. That stimulates their brain, stimulates them physically and mentally. So if you do that, you're going to see that the outcome of the walks gets better. So that's one. Two, so if your puppy is not stimulating enough, when it comes back home, says, you know what, I didn't get my stimulation out there, so I'm going to get my stimulation inside of the house. And sometimes it's okay. Sometimes they're excited, they're happy to be back home, so they do the wheezies, runs, and they runs. It should last a minute or two or three. If it's going longer than that, then that's a sign that you need to put your puppy back in the crate and let it learn to calm down as well. That's very important, to learn to teach your puppy, have a good time, have excitement, but also calm down. Most dog owners, they don't do that. Most dog owners, they don't teach the dog excitement and calmness. They always focus on excitement, excitement. What they do is they keep practicing and teaching the puppy or the dog to get excited and excited and excited. They teach the dog to go from 0 to 100 in a second, but they don't teach the dog to go from 100 to 0 in a second. So your goal has to be both teaching, get excited, but also calm down. So you have to teach both, create balance. So that's normal as long as you follow those steps. Let's go to the next question. Is that follow? And it comes home from outside. Yeah, I think. Yeah. All right. Marlene is saying, thank you so much for all the information and advice. You are very welcome. I hope you're enjoying the show and you are subscribed, and also uh, you're benefiting from this channel. Share your feedback from the channel as well. Bill is saying, what do you think of the concept of peanut butter pie? Do you think it sounds discouraging? One of those. Marlene is saying, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna block that user. Marlene is saying, I'm starting with the formula tomorrow. That is great news. Yes. Uh, I have a bunch of videos where I explain about the formula in details. I'll also have an online course which I go a lot more in details as well. So if you have any issues and questions, there are many, many solutions for you. So we have Bernard Alain. Hi, I'm actually doing my research and I would like to have your advice for a puppy first owner. Would Aussiedoodle be a good option? Aussiedoodles, Golden Doodles, Labradoodles are very popular these days. They're great dogs. And just for you to know, just FYI, Aussiedoodle is bred between Australian Shepherd and Poodle. Australian Shepherds are working breed and very intelligent, very high maintenance. Poodles are high intelligent, very active, very easy to train, and high energy dogs. So you have both colliding together. Two high energy um, breeds are colliding together. So you're going to have the best of everything. As a first time owner, this is a tough question to answer. I would highly, 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 even though I hate to say it, I would highly suggest you not to select this breed. For a first time dog owner, you need to start with something that is much more focused on first time dog owner concept. First time dog owners usually do better with purebreds, single breed, um, pure breed, lab, golden retriever, um, things like that, breeds like that. I know it's tough. It's tough for me to say it, and it's tough. I know it's tough for you to hear it too, but it's my professional opinion. It's just Aussiedoodles are great dogs. It's not that they're bad dogs, or it's just too much. Too much. I mean, I'm a dog trainer, and I work with dogs, and um, I, um, I know what I'm doing, and Aussiedoodles for me would be too much. Also, it's just they're going to demand me too much, and I don't have the time and patience at the moment, at this stage of my life, to provide that. So there are many other things, factors in this question. It depends on how your lifestyle is and all that. If you want to learn more, just study the breeds more, dig in a little bit of the breeds, favorite breeds of yours, and find out which ones are better for first time owners. All right. I'm going to answer a few more questions, and then maybe 15 more minutes, and then we'll go. And I'll have to, unfortunately, end the show because it's the end of the day. Danielle is asking, hi, sir, I have a 7-month-old beagle. I mean, they are so friendly and loving with people and other dogs, but they sometimes have such a mood. And am I wrong? Sometimes they can be very bossy. Uh, oh, yes. And the worst thing is that you fall into that trap. They give you the eyes, they give you the look, they give you the attitude, they give you everything, and you just get hypnotized and just, yes, master, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Definitely. Lemon Fuzz, my beagle is 2.5 months old. I haven't made him socialize with other puppies, but he is very happy around playing with us. It is recommended to play with the other owner's dog during the pandemic. Is it recommended to play with other owners' dogs during this pandemic? Yes, definitely. Definitely, you want to make an effort to introduce your puppy to other good adult dogs who are social with puppies and can tolerate puppy energy. Remember, most adult dogs, senior adult dogs, they don't like puppy energy, and it just bothers them. So they may respond negatively, and they may harm your puppy. So make sure that you ask the dog owner, is your dog puppy friendly? Is your dog okay with puppies? And then let them play if they say yes. And if you see another puppies, that's even better. Let them play with other puppies, definitely. Bernard is saying, what general advice do you have for anyone who wants to get a puppy for the first time? I think, what is the real budget attached to a new puppy? All right, so these are a little bit more in-depth questions. Um, I just explained a little bit, but in general, puppies cost a lot of money. Dogs in general cost a lot of money. And for a first-time puppy owner, try to find a breed that is purebred and something more close to your lifestyle. N20 GTR. My 9-month-old Beagle really misbehaves around other dogs when we go out for a walk. We do have another dog at home, which there is no problem there. So how can I control his behavior not around other dogs? So you have a 9-month-old Beagle, and I'm sure we call these puppies, yours also is the pandemic puppy. That's what happens when we don't socialize our dogs with general public overall. Especially if we have another dog, we tend to rely on the other dog and hope that the other dog is going to be enough, but it's not enough. The best thing that you can do at the moment is focus on exercise, training, and socialization. Okay, so the reason I suggest you to do this is because if you provide proper exercise, it will, exercise is playing with other dogs and maybe going for a walk, maybe playing with your dog and you play with your dog, some form of exercise to bring that energy level down, and then do some training. Training is, if you do it the way that I train dogs, which is using play and praise without the use of food or treat or force or domination or aversive tools. The training teaches your dog to be not only learn the commands that you're teaching, but also it teaches the dog to calm down and be in positive mood, right? When you use play and praise, you have no choice but to be positive, and that's a great form of and great energy to share with your puppy. So it will generate more positivity. So when you're going for socialization, your puppy is full of positive energy, and you can control it. See what I'm going? So focus on providing the 5 daily essential needs. MP Mar, thank you, Saro, for sharing your knowledge to all of us dog lovers. You are very welcome, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Okay, there are a few more questions, and let's get these questions answered and get the show going. Lost Motion saying, how do I get my dog to calm down around other dogs? He's highly social, playful border doodle, and he's almost a year adolescent. He has also been fixed. The way you can teach your dog to calm down, actually, I have a video that I'm going to share in here. Let me see. Let me just get it going.
Dogs greet people in a bad way. All of them more coming up. They're subscribing to the channel. It's a park, so let's pretend that this is a park. This is a dog park, and we've got all kinds of distractions going on. We have back.
Okay, this is not working, but this is the video that I want you to watch. So I have, I'm pretending there's a park. It's a park, and I have a dog who needs to be controlled. That's the one. This is the one that needs to be controlled. And we are in the dog park. I show you. So this is the video that I want you to watch. I'm going to share it in the chat line. Calm down. I'm going to call it calm down, and it's in the chat area. Just go ahead and watch that video, learn how to do it. How can I control my Beagle puppy's aggressiveness? He gets aggressive very sudden. Most puppies, they don't get, it's not that they're aggressive, it's just, it looks like they're aggressive. They're practicing biting and pretending to be in fighting mode. That's what they do. And they're practicing with you. And that's why you think they're aggressive. So the reason that happens is because you're not allowing your puppy to play with other puppies or other dogs and practice this behavior with them rather than on you. So provide more time with puppies and other good dogs so you can practice with them. My option was on the Aussiedoodle because my wife is asthmatic. Having no shed and hypoallergy was more of a logic one. Oh yeah, believe it or not, they're not hypoallergenic dogs. It's a false information. It's not real. It's not true. Um, it's they still have the issue that you're shedding and everything a normal dog does. They do it. It's just that there was a misleading form of information that and it was not real and it was not true, was shared, and people bought that. And the person who bred Aussie Doodle, Golden Doodles, Labradoodles, he was using as a marketing term to sell more of these dogs, and one of them was hypoallergenic dogs. And he came out and he said, I lied, and it's not true. So I have a video in the chat area. You can go ahead and watch that. So it doesn't matter what dog you get, you still get the same thing. And next question, and the last question is from Danny. Hi, Saro, love your channel. Thank you. We are on the waiting list for a beagle. My question is, when can I start the puppy on a raw diet, homemade, and is there something I should be careful of? I suggest usually when a breeder or whoever you're getting your beagle puppy from sends you the food, you start transitioning the home cook with the kibble, which is usually kibble, for the first 1 or 2 or 3 days. Just slowly transition to home cooked. Home cooked means cooked, but it's made at home freshly, and you're just mixing it with the kibble, and then you're feeding your beagle for the first 2 or 3 days. Slowly, you're transitioning. What I mean by that is you're going from you're starting with a 50-50, and then second day 30 70% fresh food, and then third day 10-90, and then fourth day is completely home cooked. So for a week you can, and then after 3 days you're giving completely home cooked for a week, and then you start transitioning to raw diet. So you can literally go from cooked food to raw cold turkey. And I have videos on my channel that you can watch and learn about those. What I'm going to do, I'm going to share a video, beagle, and I call it beagle food, but puppy or whatever adult, you can do the same thing. Just remember, in the wild, mom is not saying, mom of a tiger, let's say mom of a tiger, doesn't go and say, oh, I'm going to kill this one to eat, but we can't feed the puppy this. They don't select. Whatever they kill, they feed the puppy. Right? It goes. They don't select and, oh, you eat this part or that part, or you don't eat the cow, you eat this. They don't select, choose, or whatever. Right? They're not selective. They let the puppy eat what they eat. So you can feed your dog whatever you an adult dog would eat, you can feed the same thing to the puppy. There is a way to make it more balanced, more efficient, and more effective. You can learn all those on my channel as well. And I'm not associated, I am a friend of a channel also called Dog Dad, um, Raw Feeding 101. I have several videos with him as well, so you can learn a lot. So dig into my channel and learn about the raw diet. So first live chat, thanks for your sharp expertise. You're welcome. Thank you. So before I finish the show, I wanted to share this part with you. So if you go to my channel, that's my channel. If you have any question and you want to find out about a topic, so for example, Brandon, I just talked about raw diet. How do you find about raw diet? So if you go to my playlist, if you click on the playlist, this one says all about raw diet. So that's the playlist or videos that you want to watch. Now, if you have a particular question or something that you want to learn about, go to this icon, which is the search icon, click on it. Let's say you want to talk about, you want to learn about leash pulling. Okay, your dog is pulling on the leash. Just put the leash pulling and enter, and there, voila, you have videos that are all about leash walking and how to improve the leash. So if you have any questions, you can go there and search my channel for particular videos that you have questions about. So I hope you enjoyed the show today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well. The next live show will be announced in a few weeks. Therefore, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified and will be telling you when the next live show will be. And come and join me. And as I said in the beginning of the show, I am going on a monthly basis now. Hopefully, this is a sign of us going back to normal. I know in some parts of this world, they're still not back to normal. But at least in this part, we are going kind of back to normal. And I hope to share this positivity with you and information with you and help you to become an educated dog lover. And until next time, and until next live show, I wish you a good month and hope you're going to improve your dog's life, health, and well-being using the videos that you're gonna see on my channel. I'll be still producing weekly videos, which are going to be coming out on every Sunday. Meanwhile, if you have any question or topics that you want to talk about and you want me to make videos, make sure to write them and let me know in the comments area. And I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the live show and enjoyed the interactive Q&A session. And until next time, have fun with your dog.